and gentlemen, I think we now we're in the question and answer session. So at least let me hear your thoughts, that's good English, isn't it? Let me hear your thoughts. So let's see, questions, comments, how, as in this anger management thing, how are we feeling it? I know you've had an extensive discussion in your different groups, but do we have questions or comments? Anybody? Or you want to put it on the chat? Let me see, I can, okay.
Yeah, please, let's use more of the chat so that the time doesn't get out of.
Yes, so I want to read what Chika has put here. Chika says, learning to genuinely say, I'm sorry, goes a long way in resolving conflicts and engendering empathy. Excellent. Learning to say, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter who is wrong. The main thing is, so somebody has to give. I will say this thing of, the day I go mad, God help me to see someone that will help me, that will hold me. But sometimes also our freedom necessitates our being held. If you love someone, you will look for a way of putting the person together, because at that moment the person is mad. The person is so mad that the person says things that ought not to be said. Okay, so good to learn to say sorry. Mr. Ijoma. Okay. Somebody, Vivian says, how many times? I'm sorry. Yes, now, but you have to mean it. I think if you mean it, then somehow it would, you would work on it. And then another thing I want to mention is the fact that anger management is not something you achieve in one day. You've got to be patient with yourself. And at the same time, you've got to be patient with others. We need to be patient, okay? Because some of us are prone to very, very extreme anger. But some of us are calmer by nature. But the fact that you are calmer by nature, you also have to know, maybe you are the type that it's very easy to bear malice. You're not saying anything. There's no explosion. Nobody even knows you are angry. But inside you are boiling. And somehow you are being sarcastic in what you say. That also doesn't help. But we've got to be patient. And then the way you say sorry is as important as, yes, saying it and meaning it. And another thing also is that let's not get to the point where we say, okay, if you feel like this, sorry, oh. No. This is how I feel. We've got to respect one another's feelings. Don't say you're being too petty. This is the way you are making me feel. The thing you are saying, this is how I'm feeling about it. Then stop. So somebody says, Dr. Ruth says, having a routine, regular dialogue, and delegating tasks helps to reduce stress. Thank you. Reduce stress, especially mommies. So nowadays, even daddies, the way Nigeria is now, we've got to reduce stress and let everybody contribute. Family, we work as a family. You don't need money to do this. Thinking about the not so well-to-do in the society, sometimes they lash out of frustration like Nigeria happened to them. How this set of people educate this on anger control. But we've got to learn it. That's why we're having this session. And like I always say, in every session that I give, I always say there are 3 things I need us to achieve. I didn't say it at the beginning, but I think I can say it now. The first thing is what we have just done is to give ourselves materials for reflection. Let's reflect on this anger management. And then the second thing is we need to recalibrate. We need to change. We need to transform. Like I said, don't say this is my character. Don't say this is how I am. Remember, it's your lack of character. So we've got to re-educate ourselves and then make a plan, a strategy on how we're going to improve on this. So when it is transferred aggression or anger necessary, secondly, what is your view on holy anger? Suppose that's the righteous anger. Okay, that's the righteous anger. Anger that makes you do something, makes you defend the defenseless. That's righteous anger. But remember, it has to be within control. You've got to be intentional in the way you respond to whatever it is. But first of all, stop the injustice. Okay? So somebody says, Ijoma says, I've learned to take 3 deep breaths before responding in any argument or anger. Okay? And another thing also is, let's respect one another's way of managing anger. For instance, somebody might need to be physically away to distance his or herself from that environment. Allow. Don't now lock the door and say, you're not going anywhere. Don't walk out on me. It might be better the person walks out on you. So that when the person comes back, the person is calmer. Then you can dialogue. But understand each other, especially couples. Understand your, I don't know, what we call love language. Understand. This guy or this madam needs to leave this environment. Allow her to go. Women, the same. Allow the man to leave so that he doesn't do what he's not supposed to do. If he wants to walk away, let him walk away. He will come back, hopefully. Okay, it's just a temporary thing. And then also dialogue to say, when I'm angry, this is what helps me. As couples, you need to discuss that. So somebody says the root cause of conflict in relationship is key to resolving it. That's it. Listening to and understanding the other person's perspective, avoiding personal attacks, deal with the issue. Thank you. But that also has a lot to do with our personality. It depends on the kind of personality you have. So self-awareness is crucial in anger management. You've got to know yourself, know what your triggers are. There's something that we call, another thing also is that you have to know what it is that, like fuels your anger, fuels that emotion. Then you keep using words that will calm you down. So discuss as a couple, what is it? When you are annoyed, when you are crazy, when you have gone mad, what should I do to bring you back? What helps you? We say you prepare for war when there is peace, not when war has begun. Because once the war has begun, you don't even know what to do again. So discuss it. That is part of the recalibration. Discuss this. When you are angry, what should be done? Okay, so each person knows. So sometimes too much anger comes from unresolved. Exactly. When you don't discuss, when there's no communication, you keep bottling it, bottle it. One day you're going to explode. And if you don't explode, there's something we call implosion. That is even worse. So anger doesn't resolve anything. That's explosive anger. It doesn't resolve anything. So when a slight provocation causes serious anger, how calm do you continue to manage it? Because it makes you look less of a husband. No, it doesn't make you look less. It just makes you look mature. Because somebody has to play the fool for the sake of love. But afterwards, you will address it. Don't leave these things unaddressed. But at that moment, let it go. Let it go. But come back to it later. Let's talk about this. Okay? Yes, conscious efforts. Know your temperament. When the philosopher that says, man, know thyself. We've got to know ourselves. Okay? I know myself. Then I also know my spouse. Know what it is that triggers this anger. Okay, nobody is a saint. So everybody, we're all struggling. Each one of us is work in progress. Exactly. What the other person admires is how you take their provocation. That's it. Okay. Any other thing? Because I'm looking at the time. This is already 8:20. We're 20 minutes behind. I suggest that we have couples night, family routine. Okay, exactly. So each family, you can do that. Self-awareness will make you to be expressive. Listen to, instead of listening to talk at other people. How is it? I don't understand this. When you have a spouse that feels is always right, what do? Discuss it now. Discuss it. Okay, pray and talk about it. Personally, I walk with the God factor.
The Lord go with you in Jesus' name. Love you.
Okay, I work with God factor. So pray and then discuss it. But it's important to communicate.
Hello. Okay. Hello.
Man. All right. So reduce expectation of perfection. Exactly. Nobody is perfect. Great humor. Learn to laugh. Learn to laugh at yourself also. Don't take yourself too seriously. Learn to laugh at yourself. Look at yourself. Laugh. Make fun out of it. Even when you are angry, you can douse the situation, okay? Build friendship, create humor. And really, these are the things we model with the children. Remember, I heard a story once about a family. They had a visitor, and all of a sudden, the son chased the daughter into the sitting room, chased the sister into the sitting room. And in front of the girl, of the visitors, you know what the boy said? said, I will beat you the way daddy beats mommy. You can just imagine.
Oh my goodness.
That. I will beat you the way daddy used to beat mommy. We can't have that. Don't quarrel in front of the children. It's traumatizing. I don't say, oh, it's Igbo children, these are African children. It's wrong. You don't do that. It's a lack of control. Or a child does something before you know, you hit that child. What you're telling that child is that it's okay to express your anger that way, especially to somebody that is inferior to you. So we shouldn't do that.